So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K25 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another episode of our Trading Every Player rebuild series, and today it's going to be the Utah Jazz. I've had a ton of fun with this series. As I'm sure many of you are aware, this is the 30th and final team we have yet to do, and it is a really fun way to cap it off. Just in case you are not familiar with how these videos work yet, I will explain it to you one last time. Before we kick off year number one, I'm going to trade away every single player that is currently on the Utah Jazz. Of course, I will have no say in any of these trades, and by the end of the video, the goal obviously is to win a championship. And finally, just a few things before we do get into this video. First and foremost, I know this was originally supposed to go up last Friday. Something came up. I didn't have time to record, so it got pushed to Monday here today. My apologies for that. Second, I wanted to thank you guys for all the support throughout the series. It's been absolutely fantastic. I know a lot of people love these videos, and I am sad that it's coming to an end, but it's been a really fun ride so far. And then finally, you guys have been giving me some great video ideas lately, both for series, one-off videos, whatever it may be. So continue those. Let me hear them all down below in the comment section. Really looking forward to see whatever it is we do next here. So I've had a blast with this one, man. Good way to cap it off here today with the Jazz. Let's get into it. For one last time, we find ourselves here at the beginning of the 2024-2025 NBA season. It is at this point where we are going to go ahead and trade away everybody who is currently on the Utah Jazz. Now, obviously, the Jazz are not a great team, but the roster's pretty okay. You know, there's what, 680 plus overalls? Hopefully we can get some pretty good returns. I thought John Collins was going to be moved at the deadline. He was not, in fact, and does have a player option after this season. But, yeah, I was surprised Utah hung on to him. Thought he would have some decent trade value. But we have 23 offers for Collins. Of course, we're going to close the eyes as we always do. And we are going to hopefully land on a pretty good return. I feel like I haven't gotten such good trades lately in this way. Stop. Going to be Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe here from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jaden Springer going to be included in this deal as well. Look, I don't have a problem with either Aaron Wiggins or Isaiah Joe, but there were probably some better deals out there. Next up is going to be Lauri Markkanen, who's having a bit of a disappointing season after that big fat contract extension he signed. I don't necessarily see him as a long-term piece for the Jazz. I think they'll probably look to move him at some point, but yeah, you know, somewhat disappointing year after he had a great season a year ago. So we're going to be sending him to the... And we go to the Oklahoma City Thunder as well. We're going to be getting Isaiah Hartenstein and Kenrich Williams in return for Markkanen. Kyle Filipowski also in this deal. Again, not like we're getting bad players. I just don't think we're getting, players that are as good as the ones we were dealing out. Sexton and Kessler going to be next up on my list. 21 offers for the pair here. Of course, Kessler not making really any sort of real money, so we can combine him with a bigger contract here, and Sexton get a few more offers. Stop. Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson from the New York Knicks. Not terrible. I know I can move Josh Hart's position around. He should jump up a bunch overalls, so I can kind of live with that for now, I guess. Keontae George going to be up next here with Jordan Clarkson, 32 years old. We have 21 offers for the pair here, pair of guards, backcourt members. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll. Eyes are still closed. We're going to stop right here. We're not going to take this offer, though. We're actually going to go one to the right. Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., or it would have been Trey Murphy and Jose Alvarado. God, I would have taken that 100% over this one right here, but that's the challenge of these. It definitely is. All right, continuing to make our way down this list. Next up is going to be Isaiah Collier. We'll do him and Bryce Sensabaugh. Of course, these two, both only being 20 years old, of course, on rookie scale contracts. Not making a whole lot of money, but hopefully there are still a few offers in here that could get me pretty excited. So 3, 2, and 1. Corey Kispert, Justin Champagnie from the Washington Wizards. Again, slowly but surely making our way to the bottom of this Jazz roster. We'll do Taylor Hendricks, Kenyon Martin Jr. as the next pair on this list. And yeah, I just want quality role players in return. I also don't feel like we have a lot of guards right now. So if we can maybe find ourselves some guards here, that'd be nice. Stop. Toumani Camara and Robert Williams from the Portland Trailblazers. Okay, I mean, I don't love giving up draft picks when you suck as bad as we do, but those are two pretty good players, especially Rob Will with the injuries off. And, of course, Camara is just an absolute freak defensively. So, slowly but surely getting to the bottom of this list here. Svi Mikhailuk, him and Johnny Juzang. And then I actually think that should be it. Of course, we don't do the two-way players. So, actually, yeah, let's just do Svi Mikhailuk and Johnny Juzang, and then hopefully Cody Williams can fetch me something pretty decent. Stop. Cameron Payne from the New York Knicks. Well, I guess we got our guard. Definitely been searching for that one for a little bit. And then the final player we're going to move here today is going to be Cody Williams, who I believe was, 11th overall? Let me just check that. I am curious. Cody Williams was the 10th overall pick back in 2024. All right, final deal up here. Stop. Moses Moody from the Golden State Warriors also getting a first-round pick. Crazy as it might sound, that actually might be one of the better deals just in terms of value that we received. But yeah, this is the team. I believe that everybody that is now on this roster did not start out this video as a member of the Jazz. Of course, as I mentioned, as I'm sure many of you are aware, we do not trade the two-way players. So at this point, we're locked into this roster until the first offseason, at which point, of course, we can make any other trades. So right now, I'm going to have to move around some positions for sure, and I'll see you guys at this rotation. Here's how the rotation shook out for year one here in Utah. Now, I did have to move around some positions. As you can see, Isaiah Joe will be our starting point guard. Maybe not his natural position, but it was either him or Cameron Payne. And yeah, I made a decision to go with the guy who's a little younger. So Isaiah Joe, Malik Beasley will be starting here at our two guard. You got, of course, Aaron Wiggins at the three. I don't really know between him and Corey Kispert, both relatively young. Maybe a little bit more potential here with Wiggins. Josh Hart and Isaiah Hartenstein will be our front court. Now, the bench unit will be led by Tumani Kamara, Tim Hardaway Jr., Robert Williams III, Corey Kispert, and then Cameron Payne. Now, the unfortunate part about this is that we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of, NBA quality players that deserve to get minutes, and unfortunately, they're just not going to be getting them here for year one. That includes Mitchell Robinson, not really Micah Potter, Moses Moody, Champagnie, Kenrich Williams. These guys are all certainly talented enough to be in an NBA rotation, especially here for the Jazz. Just the way things shook out, here's how it's going to look for year one. And again, a lot of changes coming in offseason number one. So yeah, we're probably going to be pretty bad. I've fully accepted that, and hopefully we can reset come offseason time. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. Don't really remember the last time I've seen Wemby win an MVP here at the end of year one, but yeah, those numbers are pretty insane and very well deserved. As I suspected, we were bad. We go 24-58, which is likely going to be top 5-ish pick, and I'm really hoping we can get ourselves a nice player moving forward, because we obviously do not have a lot of star power on this team. Alex Sarr, Rookie of the Year, Russell Westbrook, Victor Wembanyama, Amen Thompson, LeBron James, Jason Kidd. God, this game really loves Dallas. Okay, we are obviously not in the playoffs. That, doesn't really need to be said, but just so we're all on the same page. Finishes the 14 seed here in the Western Conference, and oh my God, the Wizards were terrible. But looks like we were around, tied for the third worst record in the league, so top 3 pick, potentially. Here are the numbers. Isaiah Joe actually led this team in scoring. Aaron Wiggins not far behind him. Malik Beasley, Hardaway Jr., Hartenstein, Kispert, Payne, Kamara, Rob Will. Yeah. We have a lot of really quality role players. Again, there's just not a lot here in terms of the star power. So certainly one of the first things I'm going to be, looking into this offseason. Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks win the West, and Jason Tatum and the Celtics win the East. We are running back the 2024 finals. 5 games, gentleman sweep for the Celtics again. Jason Tatum, your finals MVP. Okay, it is time for the first offseason. We have gotten to the point where we, should have a decent amount of assets. I think we have a lot of flexibility just in terms of some of the salaries we have, so we'll figure it out. Now, our pick this year is top 10 protected. Next year, it's top 8 protected. If not, it just gets extinguished. Currently, as you can see, it's owned by the Thunder, so hoping it ends up being a pretty good one. Oh, number 3. Okay, I'll live with number 3. I don't really feel like I get number 3 a lot. I like Will Hardy. I might have a move or two. I'll see you guys in the draft. I know I just said I'll see you guys in the draft, but before we get into the draft, I wanted to just show you something. As I'm sure you all are aware, if you move Josh Hart from power forward to small forward, he goes up 2 overalls. Now obviously listed as an 88. I was curious, so I was just glancing at some of the different trade offers I was going to get, and initially I was going to say, you know what, this one for Şengün's pretty good, but a minute since I've gotten him would obviously be a nice impactful player. And then I thought to myself, maybe I should just scroll through all of them just to make sure there's nothing better. And wouldn't you know it, there is one better. It's from the Phoenix Suns. I have no idea why they want to trade me Devin Booker, but I am certainly going to take it. It is not every day that I'm able to trade for Devin Booker. Never mind the fact, get him without giving up a single draft pick. Now, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein are very important players to this team. We only won 24 games, so I don't know how important you can call them, but Devin Booker is a game changer. Devin Booker's a star, and he is certainly going to be the newest member of the Utah Jazz here, because I don't know why they were willing to do that, but completely fine by me. So we're going to keep our pick at number 3. We also have number 21 from the Cavs, 3 future seconds as well. I'm not going to really use any of these. They're just not really needed. They're not going to really benefit me much this year, because we already have a pretty decent amount of depth with this group. So I will use both the first round picks I have this year, but again, I don't really think anybody that we drafted that late was going to significantly help us. So Cooper Flagg, Liam McNeely, back-to-back white guys being drafted in the top 2. Dylan Harper sitting here, Ace Bailey sitting here. So I'm thinking Ace Bailey. I think I got Harper the other day. Bailey could obviously play the 3 as well. So I'm going to take Ace Bailey here, and then I don't know who I'm going to get at 21, maybe just a role player. Austin Newell is somebody I've also drafted before, and he's going to be somebody I draft here today. Once again, so 78 and 74 overall, respectively. No team player options. I know we have a few different free agents. I know like Beasley and Hardaway are both free agents for us, but I don't think we're going to be able to pay Beasley anyways. So at this point, I'm pretty excited. Now, there's an argument to be made to keep Booker at the 1. I think I'd rather play him at the 2 and then maybe slide Bailey to the 3. I think we'll just find somebody new, to play our point guard spot, somebody who's just a bit more of a playmaker, if you will. But, I'm really excited with these moves so far. I think we've significantly improved this team, and we have yet to really give up anything in sort of significant draft capital. So I'm pretty excited. I think there is another move out there, obviously, because we are going to look to upgrade this point guard spot especially, and then, of course, our center position. But really, really good start to offseason number 1 here. We're going to talk to the Orlando Magic and see if they're maybe willing to trade us Jalen Suggs. Get a little bit of an upgrade defensively at our point guard spot, and overall upgrade as well, and I think a really nice fit next to Devin Booker in this backcourt. So we're offering up 3 small forwards right now, none of which we're actually really going to play, crazy enough, heading into year number 2. So offer all 3 of these guys up. They want to give me a Doe Thoreau, and they want 2 seconds. Fine by me. Again, making significant moves without giving up significant draft capital. I think we've done a pretty good job at that so far. I'm also going to move Isaiah Joe back to the 2 guard spot. He'll be Booker's backup again, just maybe more of his natural position. Probably makes a little bit more sense for us anyways. So I think we've done a pretty good job, acquiring really good players without giving up a ton in terms of value. We're going to have Bailey and Wiggins here at the small forward spot. I actually don't hate the idea of Toumani Camara starting at the 4 heading into year number 2. I think the one thing is, if I want to be competitive, I do think I need to make an upgrade at one of the starting front court spots. Now, this isn't a shot at Mitchell Robinson or Robert Williams, but they're both 27 years old already, both 81 overalls, both expiring contracts, and probably not getting significantly better. So I think there's one other move out there. Oh, okay. We pulled off a trade with Cleveland, made a nice significant improvement at our center spot. That, of course, being Mr. Jared Allen. We gave up Mitchell Robinson, Kenrich Williams, Justin Champagnie, 2 future first-round draft picks, and Jared Allen, obviously, a very, very nice upgrade at that starting 5. So I'll hang on to Robert Williams. He'll be the backup here. Kamara and Newell are going to be the 2 power forwards. Wiggins and Bailey, we have Booker and Joe, and then I do just need to sign a backup behind Jalen Suggs. But I think we've done a really good job so far. I like this team quite... Ooh, A.J. Mitchell's sitting here? Ooh, don't mind if I do, and then we'll just let everybody else go. I mean, again, there's not really much point in keeping many guys from a 24-win team. I'm not really a big fan of that. So A.J. Mitchell, welcome to the team. He will be the backup here behind Jalen Suggs, and I like this team a lot. I really do. I think we've done a fantastic, fantastic job. I will see you guys at the start of year number 2. Start of the second season now here in Utah. We had a fantastic offseason. I would give us close to an A+. This was a team that won 24 games, and we now look like we could potentially be contending here in a loaded Western Conference. Here's how it's going to shake out. Jalen Suggs, Devin Booker, who I still cannot believe the Suns were willing to deal us, Ace Bailey, Toumani Camara, and then Jared Allen. Bench unit will be led by Aaron Wiggins, Robert Williams behind him, Isaiah Joe, A.J. Mitchell, and Asa Newell rounding out the 10-man here. Of course, hung on to Will Hardy, because I do think he's a good head coach. So I'm really excited. I think this is easily a playoff team, and hopefully we're competing here for a championship. Not that it's probably a big surprise, but we had a much better second season here in Utah. 53-29, almost a complete 180 of what we saw a year ago. Well, a few games off, but close enough. Nikola Jokic is your MVP. Cooper Flagg is your Rookie of the Year. Deron Sharp, 6th man in Atlanta. Wemby wins another DPOY. Jalen Tyson, Most Improved. Cam Thomas, Clutch Player of the Year. And Popovich, Coach of the Year. Not our guy Will Hardy, but the Spurs are pretty damn good. Maybe a Western Conference Finals matchup with them. We will see. Whoa. 53 wins is the 6th seed? Oh, give me a fucking break with this show. Come on. I mean, good God. This conference is just an absolute freak show. All right, here are the numbers across the board, pretty much as I expected. Book leading the charge in the scoring. It was rebounds. It was Allen, and then assists also Book. I actually cannot believe we're a 6th seed with 53 wins. Curry, Pajemski, Chayabaje, Kuminga, TJD. They have Jimmy coming off the bench for God knows what reason, but that is certainly their prerogative. We are quickly down 2-0. We do win game 3, lose game 4, and we get bounced in 5. 53-win season, down the toilet. Just cannot get it done. Nearly enough. Booker and Bailey were good. Suggs, Jared Allen, a little bit. Kamara, yeah. Okay. I think we had a really good, step in the right direction, but of course we're not able to get it done. We do lose to the eventual champion, so I guess that's somewhat good news, but we are still certainly a pretty far ways away. So, let's get into the final offseason here. We are obviously, going to have to consider a bunch of different possibilities, whether we want to make another major move or not. Very much to be determined. Wow, the Sixers end up with the number 1 overall pick. Wherever the hell they are. The Thunder have our pick at number 25. It's only top 8 protected here in 26, so that's cool with me. Maybe I bring in Jason Kidd. Maybe we look for somebody a little bit different. Could also offer Stauffer. Nothing wrong with Will Hardy, but if I'm going to look to make an upgrade there, Missoula's willing to do it. Why not? All right, we approach the 2026 draft. I do not believe we have any picks in this year, so we are just going to skip over it. We have a couple tradable future firsts. Could potentially maybe look to swing an upgrade at the power forward spot. AJ Mitchell, somebody I'd look to extend. Wow, Luka hits free agency here. Unfortunately, we just don't really have any money. We're going to pay Robert Williams. I will wait on AJ Mitchell. He is somebody that I'm going to bring back as my backup point guard. And at this point, we're just really going to look for an upgrade at our power forward spot. We're going to talk to the Pelicans and see if we can land ourselves Herb Jones. Now, Herbert Jones is listed as a power forward. I understand he's maybe a bit undersized for that spot, but he's a bit of an overall upgrade. And again, this isn't a shot at Tumani Kamara, but the higher overalls we can get into the starting 5, I think the better. Now, unfortunately, a guy like Isaiah Joe, it's either him or Aaron Wiggins, does have to be in this deal to make the money work. And I don't love that aspect of it because I think we had a really good bench unit, but ultimately, I want to try to make this team as good as possible heading into a championship or bust season. So I thought they were going to accept that. It also allows us to hang on to Tumani Kamara. And at this point, we just need to find ourselves, a new backup shooting guard. Of course, we're waiting on AJ Mitchell. The shooting guard options are not awful. Like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I could live with. So bring him in, hopefully, on a multi-year deal. And at this point, we're waiting for AJ Mitchell. And I'll just see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final year. Are we good enough? That is the question I am currently pondering. In my head, the answer is yes. Look at all this star power. Look at all this depth. It is just about putting together a really, really good season because this conference is absolutely loaded. And are we going to be, at the top of the top? That's all I'm really looking forward to right now. And I think the answer is going to be yes. At least I hope so. Jalen Suggs, Devin Booker, Ace Bailey, of course, the new addition in here with Herb Jones, and then Jared Allen. Bench unit will be led by AJ Mitchell, who ended up picking up his qualifying offer, Robert Williams, Tumani Kamara, Aaron Wiggins, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. New head coach with Joe Mazzulla. It has to be the team, man. It has to be. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 3. We cap off the final regular season of this series with an unbelievable year. 72-10 is the final record, and the only thing left at this point is the championship, my friends. Now, Steph Curry is just unbelievable. I mean, he's fucking 40 years old, basically. Just insane. AJ DeBanza went number 1 overall to the 76ers as your rookie of the year. You got Jaden Hardy, 19 points a game off the bench in Dallas. Wemby, 3rd straight DPOY. Nobody shocked about that. Hardy also wins most improved. Tatum, clutch player of the year. And our guy, Mr. Joe Mazzulla, coach of the year. Okay, let's talk about the standings. Finally, we are a 1 seed here. I mean, last year, 53 games was good. It wasn't great. Really great this time around. It is the best record in the league, not even close. Okay, here are the numbers. Ace Bailey continuing to develop. Jalen Suggs. AJ Mitchell off the bench as a 6th man. Elite. Allen, Jones, Rob Will, Wiggins, Kamara, Alexander, Walker. Led in rebounds by Allen. Led in assists by Booker. All right. Got the San Antonio Spurs here. Davion Mitchell, Stephon Castle. That is a nightmare defensively. Devin Vassell. Oh, my God. I just realized how insane this team is defensively. Well, this is not going to be the easiest first round. Not that there are any easy first rounds here in the West. We are currently up 3-2. Thankfully, we close them out in 6. Now, moving on to the Thunder. Not getting any easier. I mean, this team all across the board. They have Pascal Siakam as a 6th man. How do you have the money for Pascal Siakam? Just curious. Fucking nuts, dude. All right, round 2, West semis. Quick 2-0 lead. Quick 3-0 lead. And whoa, we sweep them as my voice cracks. All right, West finals here. We all are very much aware how much this game loves Dallas. It's just kind of something we've always dealt with this year. 2-0 lead. They do win game 3. We lose 4, win 5. We're in the finals. We're in the NBA Finals, taking on Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers. They've added DeAndre Ayton to their team. Remember when they made DeAndre Ayton a big fat contract offer and then it got matched immediately just for the Suns to trade him not too long later? All right, we are down 2-0. Do win game 3 and game 4. Lose game 5. Ooh. Can we get it done here? At home, on our home court. Oh, my God. 2K, do not do this to me. Do not do this to me. Fight a little bit. Fight. Okay. We're going to be winning. That is a championship here to cap it off. Stressful-ass video, but I would have been unbelievably disappointed if it did not finish with the championship. No, in all seriousness, this one was really fun. It was an absolutely fantastic series. I had a blast doing all 30 teams, and I am sad that it is ending, but we're just moving on to other things, man. We are moving on, and we are very much looking forward to whatever is next. So off-season rebuilds will be coming shortly. Of course, we do the off-season rebuilds with the teams that have been eliminated officially, so we have to wait until some of that can happen, but it should not be too far away. And then from there, it's whatever you guys want to see. So let me hear anything and everything down below in the comment section. But once again, thank you guys so much for all the support throughout this series. It's been an absolute blast, and obviously capping it off here on a super fun note with the championship. So that's it, man. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.